It's a question a lot of people are asking, and by a lot of people, I mean me and the guy who's dating my sister. FYI, he's a jerk.
Yeah.
The question, where in the world is Al Gore? There was a time when it seemed you couldn't turn on your TV without seeing the pompous pontificator, whether it was on the news, at an award show, or on the news. But now, as global warming enthusiasts are mired in scandals and forced to backtrack from many of their claims, the man who won a Nobel Prize for his junk science has vanished like the once popular lawn dart. And now, Republican Senators James Inhofe would like Gore to return to the spotlight in order to testify on Capitol Hill. Inhofe wants Congress and the Justice Department to investigate what he's calling the greatest scientific scandal of our generation. And he's invited Gore to pay a visit to the Senate Environment and Public Works Committee. Here's Inhofe talking to my close personal friend, Neil Cavuto, this week. We hang out.
Well, we haven't heard anything from Al Gore, Neil, and I don't anticipate that we will, but we'd like to have him come, hold a hearing in Environment and Public Works. Every assertion that he made in his science fiction movie has now been disproven. Sea level rising, Himalayas melting, and all this stuff. The significant thing right now, though, is the hearing that we had this morning, because we have the minority report that we put together, which shows that ClimateGate, fixing the science, cooking the science, actually took place. We have it all documented, and people are being investigated right now.
We asked a lemur to respond. Lemur? Lemur doesn't care. Lemur just wants to dance. Hey, Lemur, we got problems here. Stop dancing, Lemur. All right, PAB, does Inhofe have a point? Shouldn't Gore rise above wherever he is, some hidden Gore bunker, and answer to his exaggerations that he's made over and over again?
Yeah, well, I mean, first of all, I was never worried about the sea levels rising. I just always figured the extra water would just, like, slide off the edges of the flat Earth.
Oh, very good.
Sounds science. That sounds Inhofe, actually. He believes in that.
Oh, not true.
What?
Hey, you don't like the dinosaurs, I know that.
Yeah.
But seriously, I mean, they have found dozens of specific points in that movie that turned out to be inaccurate. And, you know, when you're misleading an entire nation, or in fact the world, about things that are going to make them change their policies, it's pretty important.
You know, Anthony, Trump says that Donald Trump, not any of the other Trumps, but Donald Trump says that the Nobel Prize that Gore won, he should give it back. Should he? I mean, who cares about the Nobel Prize anyway?
Yeah, who really cares about it? I don't think he should give it back. I do think they should change the name of his movie, though, to An Inconvenient Commute to Work, because there's 2 feet of snow on my effing car. It's
wordy, but I like it.
It's a little more accurate.
Yes.
I think so. Right now, he's not seen, also because he is with an alchemist trying to turn lead to gold using the same science they use for this climate BS.
You know who would have a real problem with the title, too, are the people that in the web promotions. Because the web, you'd have to type that in.
Yeah, but that's a URL that's probably not been taken.
Yes, that's
good.
true.
That's
well,
a good
it
sign.
is now.
Yeah, it will as of this.
Sure, there's porno on it.
Nick, is it just a coincidence he's not around?
I don't know. I think he was taking steroids when he won that prize, so he should give it back for that reason, as was Pearl Buck when she won the Nobel Prize for Literature.
That is true.
But, no, you know, the one thing, I have no interest in giving Al Gore a platform for anything, but I also don't, you know, the Senate has worse things to do with their time.
Yeah.
They grill a guy who, you know, 20 years ago was trying to ban rock and roll records.
Yes.
But you know what I think? You know what
Although
he is?
he was right about that when he said that they're full of satanic messages.
Some of the bands he was right about.
Oh, yeah,
He was right about. But you know what? You know what I think he is? I think he's out killing polar bears. He's got to show the polar bear bodies. There's only been like 4 of them. He's got to kill. He's got to kill more. He's got to kill. You know, Bill, you have a poster of Al Gore above the bunk bed in the trailer that you live in out back. You must have some insight into where he is.
Well, I never really had much strong feelings about Al Gore one way or the other, but I love him now because Inhofe hates him. Now, I don't necessarily go to Al Gore for all my science, but I'm not going to go to Inhofe, who doesn't believe in evolution either. This guy is actually cites most of the scientists when it comes to his points on evolution are actually creationists. The creationist scientists, those words should never, ever meet in the same sentence or in the same building. And the fact that Cavuto didn't grill him a little more, shame on you, Cavuto. I might not invite you to my cocktail party this weekend.
You know, he's not
You're still invited.
He's not going to go to your party.
Inhofe doesn't care about global warming warming. He doesn't care about global warming deniers. He cares about getting his mug on TV, showing the little Al Gore igloo he made with his cute little kids. He cares about talking about the Nobel Peace Prize because at the end of the day, Inhofe likes seeing Inhofe on TV.
Well, I would say the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And maybe if I disagree with Inhofe on something, I will agree with him that Al Gore is a fraud when it comes to global
You'll
warming.
have to say that a lot slower with less syllables, otherwise Inhofe won't understand
I
it.
think Inhofe
He's not a smart man.
He's investigating Hanna-Barbera for perpetuating the fraud that dinosaurs and humans live together on the Flintstones.
That is true.
Look, you can joke all you want, but there is proof that you can start a car with your feet.
No, I mean,
see it.
Well, Toyota's having a problem with cars that tip over when you put ribs on the side.
I think, and you'll agree with me, there's good Republicans and there's bad Republicans. There's good
that's
Democrats and there's bad
you-
Democrats.
You've lost me already.
Well, all right.
Would you cut him off,
No,
Nick,
but
and tell him
this guy's a bad.
I'm
This
pulling
guy,
the cord.
this guy's a bad cat. Like it's one thing to be against gay marriage. He's gone on record saying he will never hire a gay. Anyone who's out, he won't hire him. This guy is a bad man.
I will say that Gore must be in a weird state because in order for him to succeed, the planet has to be in trouble and we have to be in peril. And that's not happening, so he doesn't know what to do. What do you do when everything that you've talked about has fallen apart?
He's helping Arsenio Hall revamp the talk show.
Ooh, I can get behind that.
All right, we got to move on. Hey, you know what's up?
Where's Gore? Greg, you said Gore has vanished like the once popular lawn dart. I didn't realize. In 1988, the Consumer Product Safety Commission said that lawn darts were responsible for the deaths of 3 children and banned them from being sold in the U.S.
Yeah, and you know that it was good they were banned because they're dangerous.
Yeah. Excellent
Way
point.
to bring this whole topic down. I thought you were going to take it somewhere.
All right. Nick, was Al Gore trying to ban rock and roll records? I thought that was his delightful wife, Tipper.
Yes, it was his delightful wife, but he engineered the Senate hearing at which Tipper and some of the other Parents Music Resource Council or Senate people got to yap.
The upside is it got Luther Campbell out of music and into parenting TV shows.
That's true.
Yeah, no, that's true. And it did help keep Blackie Lawless off welfare for another 3 or 4 weeks.
But we lost Kajagoogoo. Is it worth it?
We got a good Frank Zappa album out of it, too.
That's true.
Greg, interesting that this story came right after the name-calling and the Hitler story, because in 2006, Senator Inhofe said of environmentalists, quote, "It kind of reminds me, I could use the Third Reich, the big lie. You say something over and over again, and people will believe it, and that's their strategy."
Well, he was referring to propaganda, not people.
Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, he also compared the EPA to the Gestapo.
Well, again, he's comparing alphabet letters to...
can we just have some Friskies and chill?
Thank you, Nick.
Yeah.
Why, is the EPA snappy dressers? You got to give them that.